It's your boy Young Love. I give him that time. Pancho leg stand and punchy America. Banyi dollar, pancho leg stand and punchy America. Banyi dollar, walk on your leg, kankaro water no watching. Koga level leg, gear power, leg. Panda with ya, punchy America. Panya dollar, no chingatonga pandon could you ever buy a check out? Papu panda jiro, what ya be dollar venting. Stand up punchy America, Panya dollar, pancho leg stand up punchy America, Panya dollar, walk on your leg, kankaro watana watching, Oga level leg, gear power, leg, Panda with ya, punchy America, Panya dollar, chingatonga pandon, could you ever buy a check out? Paku panda gear, what ya be dollar venting.
Hello, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone out there. Welcome to Lagos State Media Beyond Boundaries. I'm happy today to have you. I can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are tuning in this very special day. Before we kick in, please share the video. We have some update and very important announcement that our brother Peter Mathon will come up shortly with it. And while we're waiting to start, we have to start with some song.
Brother Aidan, you want to increase the volume a little bit, please? Can you hear me now?
Karen?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but when your mic is on, it makes background echo. That's the complaint I received from our viewers. That's why I muted you.
Oh, okay, okay.
I need to
And
mute you and the music continue.
oh, okay, I see. Yeah, the music was kind of like, I don't know whether maybe my sound. So it was really, the volume was kind of down.
Oh, that might be the network. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Okay, all right there. I will leave it that way. Thank you so much. A wonderful song. And those our viewers, welcome again to Lagos State Media Beyond Boundaries. I would like to introduce to you our brother Peter Mathon Achuoth, the Secretary General of Gogrial Diaspora Community Association Committee, who has just popped in and he has some announcement and update. Please, floor is yours, Peter, to update the public and the announcement that you wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Isaac Tienpo. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. You are very clear. Go ahead.
Perfect. Well, I just want to say to yourself, Lagos State Media team, under your leadership, thank you so much for always being available to host us whenever we need to brief our members. So I appreciate your dedication to helping the community and also everyone that needs to be helped. I also want to thank the Secretary General of Lagos State Media, Brother Isaac Maku, for his tireless support as well, because anytime we reach out to him, he's always available. So I want to thank him, Makur, the Secretary General of Lagos State Media team, and all the members of Lagos State Media team. So thank you so much on behalf of GDCA. I just want to introduce myself. For some people that don't know me, I believe you can read my name, but I'm just gonna introduce myself. So my name is Peter Mathon Achuoth. I am the Secretary General of the Constitutional Drafting and Electoral Committee, a committee that was appointed in 2021 and tasked to draft a constitution for Gogrial Diaspora Community Association. That association has been drafted, like the constitution has been drafted, and right now we are in the process to make sure that we select the body that will be leading this association. I think the first time we came on online live, we launched the registration process, and I believe we did brief all our members. And today I am coming to do an update that will follow that first announcement that we made. And before I go into that, I just want to wish all our viewers, and especially the members of Gogrial community, and as well all the people that are watching from diaspora and also back home. I want to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year 2023. Let's hope that the 2023 will be a year of peace, joy, and happiness in diaspora here and also back home in our country, South Sudan. So thank you so much. And on behalf of Gogrial Diaspora Community Association Constitutional Drafting and Electoral Committee, under the leadership of Uncle Moriano Dengor, I just want to say thank you so much, and we wish you all the best in the new year to come. The reason I'm here today is to update you about the registration that we launched a couple weeks ago or a month ago. And registration is going on well. I can report to you right now, we have registered more than 100 people from Canada, USA, and Australia. It's a good number. It's a good turnout. We are so happy with that. If I can tell you, when our committee was appointed in 2021, the members that attended the meeting were 50 members. And then when the Constitution was ratified in September 18, the number that attended that meeting was 52. And right now we are looking at over 100 people that have already registered. That's double the 2 attendants that we had prior to this number. So that's a good number. But because we want everyone to be part of this, we want all the members of diaspora, wherever you are, whether you are in Canada, USA, or Australia and Europe, we want you to be part of this association. As I said in our opening, our launching, This association belongs to you. It belongs to all Miss Gorial in diaspora. And so you need to own it. As a committee, we have heard some people saying, well, people start something and then later on they turn it into their own personal property. Well, I can assure you, under the Constitution that we have just passed, this is not going to be a personal property. This is going to be owned by the people that have taken courage to register and become members of this association. I just want to make it clear that the people that have registered and the people that are on the way to come are going to be the members of this association. And the leaders, the potential leaders that will be ruling us, that will be elected, will come from this list. So if you have not registered and you want to do so, please do so right away. As I told you earlier, and I think I also sent out some communication in the emails for the people that I have their emails on my records, please make sure that you register and reach out to me if you are in Canada. Reach out to Uncle Mariano Dengo if you are in Australia. Reach out to Uncle Pabdenga Leo and Brother Chola Koratim if you are in USA. We still don't have a good number of people in Europe, and we're still working to make sure that we mobilize people so that they are aware and that they are able also to join this association. But a good number of people that have already registered are from Australia, USA, and Canada. Now, I said, if you are in Canada, you reach out to me. You don't have to reach out to me in terms of giving me your money. You can also reach out to Uncle Mariano Dengor in Australia, or Brother Chola Kut, or Uncle Paulo Dengaleo in USA. We are working as a team. We are doing one thing, and as a committee, we are working together. And so, as I want to remind everyone, registration fee is $10 in the currency of the country in which you live. So if you live in Canada, you only expected to pay $10 Canadian dollars. If you live in Australia, it will be $10 in Australian dollars. The same apply to USA. Now, other people have paid the annual fee as well. And so the total would be $40. So the annual fee would be $30, and then the 10 for the registration, $40 in total. So majority of the people that have paid, majority of them have paid $40 each. And there's 3 people that I would like to recognize in front of our brothers and our sisters right now. These people have done what we call, they have gone above and beyond. The first person that has paid more than what other people have already paid is my brother, Malong Lukabak. Malong Lukabak paid $200 US, Canadian dollars. And he instructed me that $80 would be for his and his wife, for himself and his wife. So $20 for registration, $60 for the annual fees for 1 year each, and $120 out of $200. So $80 goes to the annual fees and the registration, and then the balance is $120. So $120, he said that is a donation to the newly formed association, Go Real. So the leader that will be elected later on, the money they will get in the box, it will include 120 donation from Malong Lukabak. So thank you so much, Brother Malong Lukabak. That is the dedication and the commitment that we need. We need that generosity, because if we don't combine our hands, if we don't pitch in what we have, we're not going to promote and push forward our community. The second person is my brother. He lives in USA, Wananya Longar. Wananya paid $100 US. 10 is for registration, and $90 is for 3 years annual fee. Thank you so much, Brother Wananya, for always being the first to commit to help your people financially. So your records can speak for itself, and we appreciate your commitment to help your community every time you are called upon. You are a strong member, and we hope everyone to play the same role as you do. The third person is Yang Aye. Yang Aye Yak. Yang Aye also live in USA. He paid $100, $10 for registration, $90 for 3 years membership. Again, Brother Yak, thank you so much. We really appreciate from the bottom of our heart as a committee. We appreciate you for the work that you guys have done already. And you have shown an example to our brothers who are on the way to register. And I just want to thank even people that have paid $40, $10, and you have managed to pay what has been asked by your friends and your brothers and your sisters is really important, and it's worth recognizing. So thank you so much for those who have already registered. We are looking forward to advance this association forward. To those who have not registered, we are saying that is not because you are not interested. We know we have other commitments, and sometimes you would be like, oh, tomorrow I will do it, tomorrow I will do it, and then tomorrow never comes. So we understand that. And so please, I just want to urge you to make sure that you register as soon as you can. As a committee under the direction of Uncle Ambassador Mariano Dengor, we have extended the date of registration to January 15, 2023. So at that point, if you still haven't registered on the 15th of January 2023, then we will close the window for the registration. And at that point, your money will not be accepted until when the election is over. So I just want to emphasize and repeat that the deadline is January 15, 2023. So if you are still interested to be part of this association, please do so right away. On the 15th of January 2023, we will close the registration window, and then we will move on to the next stage, where we will actually welcome the applicants who would want to serve this community in various capacity, and I will get into that later. So do your registration, reach out, ask, and if you need any clarification, please don't hesitate to reach out to me or to any other committee member for your clarification. We would be happy to help you. That is about the registration. So again, thank you so much for those who have registered, and I'm urging my brothers and sisters who have not to please do so as soon as you can. The reason why we formed this association, I believe we communicated that one early on, and it is worth repeating. We need to unite ourselves here in diaspora. As Midgo Real, we are majority. We have so many people. But if we don't combine, if we don't come together to work together for the common good, I don't think we can actually say that we are proud of our own community. Other communities are doing well. They are doing what is being considered as an amazing job, extraordinary. An example is Lake State Media. Lake State Media is really the best. And we can all see, even the politicians in our country, they come to Lake State Media to brief the public. That is good. And we appreciate that the Lake State Media, the Lake State team has done this. This is a services to the community because people can get information right away. We also have our brothers from board community. They have an umbrella also, which is also great and is doing amazing work, some wonders back home. Why not us? We can do it. You know, why not us? We have all the capability. We have the knowledge. We have the skills. We have everything. We have the money. What we don't have is the cooperation. What we don't have is the cooperation. And we need to cooperate. We need to do that. We need to start right away. And that is far more important than just saying, well, why is Mr. X and Y? I don't think that can help us. So please, I'm urging you to unite so that we join our hands and do something good for our community. Now, once the registration is over, then we will move to the next stage where we actually request those who will be willing to serve this association. And I have sent out the list that has the positions created under this association. We have the executive body, and we have the board and the electoral committee. Those are the three different branches that we have under this association. And I just want to read out the position under each body so that you guys can hear them directly from me. And then later on also, if you haven't found that pamphlet that I sent out, then I will also send it out again. And please, if you don't get anything from me, probably I don't have your email. So you can send me your email through my email, which is peter@achuoth@yahoo.ca. peter@achuoth@yahoo.ca. You can send me your email so that I can communicate and share all the important documentations regarding this association and the formation process. The position that we have under the executive body is that we have the chairperson. So the chairperson would be the one that would be leading the executive branch of the association. We have the deputy chairperson. The deputy chairperson will be deputizing the chairperson. Number 3, we have the secretary general. Number 4, we have assistant secretary general. Number 5, we have secretary of finance. Number 6, we have 2 assistant secretary of finance. So 2 assistant secretary of finance, we have number 6 and number 7. So the finance docket has 3 people, the head and the 2 assistants. So that is number 6 and number 7. And then number 8, secretary of reconciliation and foreign relations. Number 9, assistant secretary of reconciliation and external relations. Number 10, secretary of information, communication, and culture. Number 11, assistant secretary of information, communication, and culture. Number 12, secretary of membership and mobilization. Number 13, assistant secretary of membership and mobilization. Number 14, secretary of women affairs and social welfare. Number 15, assistant secretary of women affairs and social welfare. Number 16, secretary of youth, sport, and education. And finally, number 17, assistant secretary of youth, sport, and education. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 17 positions under the executive committee, and they will be led by the chairperson. So this is the executive branch that will be in charge of day-to-day operations of association. And under the constitutions, we have all the duties that this body will be doing. And we also have the duties that each individual in those positions will be doing, so that there's no overlapping of the duties. We have it spelled out clearly. And again, Constitution is opening and is a living document. It can be updated, it's opened at the top and at the bottom. Anything can be added, anything can be subtracted. But we think what we have delivered as a committee under Ambassador Dengor is something that will form a foundation for this association. The second body that we have under Goreal Diaspora Community Association is the Board of Directors. And I'm going also to read out the position that we have under that body. The Board of Directors will be composed of 9 elected competent members as follows. 1, Director of the Board. 2, Assistant Director. 3, Secretary. 4, Assistant Secretary. 5, Auditor. 6, Assistant Auditor. 7, assistant auditor, 8 information officer, and 9 assistant information officer. Again, as you have seen, the work of the board is to act as an oversight over the executive, to see how the executive is carrying out their functions. The board should be working hand in hand with the executive. And so, in a big organization, we usually have the board of directors, and we usually have the audit committee. Myself, I have a financial background. I am an accountant by profession, and I currently work as an accountant. So I do know all this, how the financial system works. But because this is an association, we determined that if we have the audit committee and the board of directors, that will be too big. This is an association, and we need to begin with by combining the roles of the audit committee and also the board of directors, because the board of directors are more responsible about the policy, the programs, and all that, together with the executive. So they deal with the policies, they help in the formulation of the policies, and then the executive is concerned with the implementation. So the audit committee is all about money. So they look at what we call the audit trail. How much was collected during the year? And we have a fiscal year under the Constitution. The Article 9, which is the financial provision, tackle all of this. And I took my time to thought it through, and I believe if you haven't read that, please go and revisit that section, that article, and different subsections. It has almost all the main thing that we need to make sure that our financial system under this association is strong. Because I understand money is where issues comes always, and money is the one that kills any association or any organization or anything. So we need to make sure that the money trail is kept properly, and that we know whatever penny that we contributed, we have to know, all of us, where it goes. It's not going to be only a few individuals deciding what to do with the money. We also have a provision under the Constitution: if you mess with the money, then you will be held accountable. And you can be brought to any competent court in these 3 or 4 countries that are members of this association. We can do it here in Canada. It can be done in Australia. It can be done in USA and also in Europe. So everything is there. Please take your time. I know you are busy. Read the Constitution. It has all the components that will safeguard our finances. And so the point I'm trying to make is that we didn't have the separate audit committee. We combined that, and that's why we have the auditor and the 2 assistant auditors. What they will be doing is to audit the work that has been done by the executive, especially the docket of the finance secretary. The finance secretary is the head of the finance division, and all the 2 assistants will be reporting directly to the finance secretary. And under the Constitution, the finance secretary and his or her assistants are required to provide the financial information supports, what we call the documentations. For example, if we contributed like the membership fees, people have been sending that one, whether through e-transfer or whatever means. I need to keep that records, so that when I give the money to the person that will be receiving the money and will be the custodian of the money, then I need to produce, this is what was sent to me, an original copy from, let's say, Uncle Dengor. Uncle Dengor paid $40. I have to show that this is what he paid. And if the auditor was to audit, they will send a confirmation. They select a few samples, like a few individuals, and send out confirmation. Is this exactly what you paid? Yes or no? And if there's something that has happened in the process, then it will be discovered. Also, if there's some expenses, people buying stuff, we need to keep the receipt or the invoice, and then later on, if the audit committee, the auditor comes to look at, okay, this maybe 5,000 was sent to Junub Sudan, then we need to see all the documentation because they need to be documented. You just don't send money and then you don't document, because then we will ask, where did you send it? And if you don't produce the documentation, then we will assume you use it for your own personal benefits. So for you to cover yourself also, you need to make sure that you document where the money is going. And that is a responsibility. That's what we call responsibility. So you're taking responsibility over this, and all of us, the more than 100 people, members that have registered, will be trusting this responsibility in the hands of the 3 people in the finance ministry. And we will also be trusting the 3 auditors that they will find if something has been done, something that is not in the best interest of this association, they will find that and report that one to us. So we combine those functions, the auditing functions, and also the policy development functions within the board. And what our expectation under the Constitution is that the board and the executive will be working hand in hand. The executive has the broad powers. The executive is the figurehead of the association, is the one to represent the association outside or inside, is the one to call the meetings. So you can read the functions, they are there, and you will know which function or responsibility falls under what. So that's the point I would like to make. I think you have heard me. 17 positions under the executive and 9 positions under the board. And the 9 positions, it has 3 people that are tasked to actually look after the money. And the audit will be done, let's say, after the executive committee term has expired, then the audit has to be done. Once the board of directors, including those auditors, determine that something fishy is happening, they can anytime request documentation from the executive, and the executive is required to comply under the Constitution that we passed in September 18, 2022. It's required to comply and provide the appropriate or requested documentation. If you will, we try to make the board of directors like the Senate in the United States of America. And we kind of do the executive as the representative in like the House of Representatives. That's how the executive committee will function. And so it would be like the House of Representatives and also the executive branch, like the White House kind of thing. That would be the executive committee. But the board of directors will be the Senate, if you want to look at it in that different view. Now, the last body that we have is the Electoral Committee. And the Electoral Committee will be composed. The Electoral Committee shall be the main body in charge of overseeing and running all elections conducted by the association. The Electoral Committee shall be composed of 7 members who must be highly qualified and respected and exhibit professional competence. The structure of Electoral Committee shall be as follows. 1, Chief of Electoral Officer. 2, Assistant Chief of Electoral Officer. 3, Secretary of Electoral Officer. 4, Assistant Secretary of Electoral Officer. 5, Information of Electoral Officer. 6, Assistant Information of Electoral Officer. And 7, Advisor to Electoral Officer. So those are the position we have under the Electoral Committee. That is the body that we have right now. and our body will come to an end when the elections are done and the new officers are sworn in. I just want to make it clear that these three bodies, all the positions that I have just read out, they will be filled in this upcoming election that we are going to do. So the 17 under the executive will be filled, the 9 under the board will be filled, and the 7 under the electoral committee will also be filled. And then after that, the tenure will begin, and then our work as the constitutional drafting and electoral committee will come to an end under the leadership of Uncle Mariano Dengor. And then the new bodies that will be elected will take on for various different tenure that is in the Constitution. There's one for 3 years, there's another one for 4 years. I believe the executive is 3 years, and also the board, and then the other one is 4 years. So you can read the Constitution and you will know the term. Now, that brings me to how do we distribute the positions that we have, especially the executive. We thought about this and we said, in order to bring fairness and balance and motivation to all members that reside in all these 4 different geographical countries, we need to make sure that we identify key positions. And the key position that we have identified are the chairperson, the deputy chairperson, secretary general, and the head of the finance, which is the secretary of finance. In the Constitution, it is Article 6, Section 6.5, distribution of key position within association. I will just read the language in the Constitution. GDCA considers the position of chairperson, deputy chairperson, secretary general, and secretary of finance to be a key important position in the association. And as such, there shall be no more than one of those key positions elected from one member country. And all those key positions must be equally distributed among the member countries. This provision is intended to provide fairness in distribution of key positions among member countries. And that includes Australia, United States of America, Canada, and Europe within the association. There shall be no consideration given to geographically recognized location of Gorial counties in the distribution of both key positions and other positions within the association. This is because GDCA put emphasis on quality of leaders chosen to lead the association, and therefore where the candidate hails from within the Gorial counties shall not be used as a litmus test for electing leaders into various positions within GDCA. That is the language that we have under Article 6, Section 6.5, which is the distribution of the key position. Now, what it means is that if the chairperson comes from Australia, just this is hypothetical. I don't know where the chairperson is going to come. I don't know who is going to apply for the chairperson, but let's say it comes from Australia. Then the deputy chairperson should come from either Canada or USA or Europe. Now, the membership of the Europe is still kind of dormant right now. So we still don't have members that have registered, so which at this point, if there are no people that will come from that end for now, then it will only be these 3, Australia, Canada, and USA. So if the chairperson comes from Australia, and then the deputy chairperson should come either from USA or Canada. And if that's the case, then the secretary general and the finance will have to come from the other country. So we need to make sure that we balance the positions. Now, if Europe, we don't have people that will come in Europe and we have the elections, it is possible that two positions will come from one country, because we only have 3 and we have 4. That's still fine. So let's say if United States ended up getting 2 positions, let's say deputy or the chairperson and the secretary general, and then Australia has a deputy chairperson, and Canada has the head of finance, that's fine. Or the other way around, it's fine. It's going to be up to the members of this association to decide. The other thing that we also say in that constitution, in that language, is that we put more emphasis on the quality of the leaders. Quality is paramount. We need people that will deliver. We need people that have the commitment to do this. We need people that have the audacity and the interest and the willingness to work with your brothers, so that we promote this association. And that's why we do not include in the association about the distribution of position within the counties of Gorial. And what I mean is, we have a Puk, we have a Guok, we have one, 2 of those, one more, one Chan, and we also have Panyayok. Those are 5 different communities within Gorial. We as a committee, we didn't think it's a good idea to say we need to distribute the key position, as per those counties or those sections in our Gorial. That will bring disunity. It will also create division, and we don't want that. We have to see ourselves first as Midgo Gorial before I see myself as Manapu or Mana Aguak or Manawan or Manakwaj. So that should be our mindset. And if that is the case, I know who is capable of doing a certain position in a One, in a Guak, in a Puk, or in Kwaj. And so let's take, for example, I myself, I come from a Puk, and I have my brother. Is also Mathon, is here. So let's take an example. If we are all capable of leading, like let's say maybe becoming a secretary general or a finance secretary or whatever position, people have confidence in us that we can do it. And then we also have other 2 brothers from Kwaj, and they also have the same capability that we have. Then we recommend, it's not in the Constitution, but we recommend that we should also observe that fairness, so that we don't give only all those key positions to myself and my brother just because we are capable. There are some other people that are capable in the other part of Gorial that can also do the job. And if that's the case, then we need to be more fair and mindful, so that the bodies that we can elect fairly reflect the section that we have in Gorial. I think that's the point I would like to make. It is not in the Constitution. We are not going to say, well, we're going to give this position to Kwaj or to a Puk because they have to, because it is in the Constitution. It's not. So if we know a Puk has a poor quality of leaders, we don't see Mathon Achuoth being capable to do what we want, then we're not going to give that position to Mathon Achuoth just because it's from a Puk. No. We're going to give that position to who we think as that will do this job. As long as this person is Mangarial, that's enough. But if we know Mathon Achuoth can do a good job, and also someone from Agua can do a good job, then it would be nice if we have the balance, so that the body that we would elect will fairly reflect the diversity of ourselves in Gorial. So that is important, and we will keep emphasizing that as we approach to the election. And that will bring me to people that will be willing to serve the community. It is in the Constitution as well that this position will not be paid. this is a voluntary, and that can change depending on how best we actually do with this association. The reason is because we would not have a sustainable stream of source of revenues that will be coming to finance the projects, the program that we have under the objectives, and also be able to compensate all the people that will be working for this association. So in lieu of the financial compensation to the people that we will be electing, we will introduce, and it is in the Constitution, what we call issuing certificates of appreciation that will bear the logo, the stamp, the seal of the GDCA. And that certificate is important because it recognizes the services that you have given to your community. And later on, you can present it, and it can be used as evidence that you have actually worked and helped the community in the past. So that is something that I would like to kind of bring into your attention on that note. Otherwise, I think that's pretty much what I have. Or before I conclude, I have also this Article 6, Section 6.4, which is the candidate's qualification. When we were debating and passed the Constitution, this part was a sticky point, the qualification, like for you to become a leader, especially like the chairperson and all that. And we promised our people that let's ratify the Constitution with changes. And the changes is that we're going to change the language under the qualification part. And I just want to read out to you the language. And before the election, I'm going to send out the final document, which is the Constitution that we passed already. So I'm just going to send out the one that is already put together and is good to be reviewed once again, but there's no change other than the one that we discussed during the passage or the ratification of the Constitution. So let me read this part, the qualification part. GDCA Constitution shall provide guarantees of freedom and eligibility to all full members to stand or contest for any position during the elections organized and carried out by GDCA. However, it shall be incumbent upon the collective will of full members of GDCA to ensure that all candidates have potential, suitable experiences, and skills to lead and fulfill the roles and functions of their chosen positions. In addition, any candidate running for any position in the association shall meet the following qualification. 1, must be a registered full member of GDCA. 2, must pledge to protect the interests and the members of GDCA. 3, must pay his or her association dues. 4, must be mature in age and of reasonable sound of mind. And 5, must observe the principle of neutrality in the whole election process. Ladies and gentlemen, this part is important. And the reason why we change the language is because we do not want to focus so much about what level you have reached in educational field. Majority of our members, for all reasons that we all know, have not gone to that level, like university, PhD, and all that. It's only a few. And if we restricted people to maybe like university degree or secondary school or some predefined educational levels, then we will be restricting good leaders from serving our community and our association. And so we put it upon the members, the people that have registered, to know people, to know who is capable of leading what position. We need to support ourselves, and we need to select or elect the right leaders, the right people, the people that want to do something good for our association, for our community, and not people that will come and fight so that they destroy and burn it all down. We don't want that, because that would be a waste of energy and people will laugh at us. So please, I am urging you once again that this is yours, this is ours. The committee under the leadership of Ambassador Mariano Dengo has done its part, and we are continuing to do our part to make sure that we complete this role. And as I said, we already have more than 100 people who have registered. And the list that I sent out and the position that I read out already, if you have not found the list, please let me know and I will send it to you. The main purpose for that list, while it's being sent to you in advance, is for you to review it, talk about it, consult, reach out to your friends, people that you know, and that if you are interested to become a leader under this constitution, under this association, you can start campaigning. Consult with your brothers. Say, you know what, I'm interested in this position, I want to serve. Do your own consultation, but not with the electoral committee. Electoral committee are being advised by Uncle David and all of us to be neutral in the whole process. We want to give a credible, fair election to Midgavia. And we want to make sure that if you have registered and you are a member, then all you need to do, if you are interested to serve your people, campaign, contact your people, tell them your interest. And if there are good leaders, but maybe they don't want to, reach out to them, tell them, urge them. Despite all the commitment that they have in their own personal lives, we all have. But let's do this. Let's do it. That's my appeal. And that's the main reason why I sent out the list of the position, is for you to review it and start campaigning. Make sure that you reach out, you talk among yourselves. And then when the time comes after the deadline of the registration, which is the January 15th, 2023, then what will come next is the communication that will request all of the people that are interested to apply for those positions that I already sent out. And if you haven't found those or you haven't received, let me know and I will send it to you right away. So once you have applied, then we will shortlist the people that have applied for all the positions that they have applied. We will also identify which positions will be debated over, and it will be done right here on Lagos State Media. Thanks to our brother Isaac Tienpol for his commitment, and thanks to all Lagos State Media. Abraham Maku is one of those committed individuals, and other people from Lagos State Media. So it will be done here. The debate will be done here, and people back home will be watching you. This is another way of identifying potential leaders in the future. So if you really have a public services in your heart, you see yourself like you enjoy helping people, you enjoy doing something for your community, this is the time you can show yourself, not only to Midgorial, but to Midbargadal and to Junubin all, so that Junubin can see you as well. You know, and we need to know people. By this time, the time is coming where it will not be who you know, it will not be because of your blood relationship, it will be ideas. It will be ideas. What can you do for our community? My brother, if you don't have ideas, I will help you financially, but not to support you so that you bring down the community or the association or even the country for that matter. So it will be ideas. And so this is the time we need to practice, and we need to make sure that we start right now. So in the near future, when that time comes, then ideas will be the one. And so ideas will be the one clutching. And so people will be vetted so that the good, clean people come to do good for the people of the country. I think that's where I want to stop. If there's something that I have forgotten, then I still have open different channels that I can communicate with you. But again, I urge people that have not registered to please do so as soon as you can, because the association is moving on, and it will not. We will not wait for you. More than 100 people that we have is a good number. And so if you think this association will not go on because you have not registered, that's a lie. The process is moving on, but we want everyone to be part of the process. And please do so. Thank you so much once again. I want to thank Isaac Team for committing yourself. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Peter Mathon Achuoth, the Secretary General of GDCA. Really impressed of the updates that you have given out to the community, and the step that you people have taken is really a very good step. And now, on behalf of Lagos State Media, we wish you all the best and a good luck, and to be the examples to join board community who has the same big umbrella. This is a good sign of unity to bring people together in a common goal to do. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Yeah, and all our viewers and the followers who have been watching the show, should you have any queries, or you need to know more, we have the email of General Secretary that you can just ask you need to participate or you need to register. Please write down that email address, and you direct your comments to the SG. So thank you. Our show will end here. And I have an announcement, a special announcement to all our viewers of Lagos State Media. Today in Africa, later on at 8 a.m. in the morning, there is a big wrestling happening in Rumbek East. That wrestling will be the historic one. The governor of Lagos State is gonna to take horn of one of the opponents. Is going to wrestle on the field with a lot of some MPs and ministers in his portfolio. They are all going to wrestle that day on day 28 at 8 a.m. in the morning. So stay tuned. We will be broadcasting that. Wrestling is a historic one to see a leader coming in the field. We used to see leaders playing soccer with the young children last time, but now it's a tradition one. The leader is going to wrestle in the field. So this announcement for you, stay tuned later on. When it's morning in Africa, that thing is going to take place.
And I have no doubt. I think the able leader of Lagos State as a state will actually come up as a champion, because he has already won over the insecurity in Lagos State. Yeah. And I am pretty confident that he will also win this wrestling fight.
And also, he has a record. He never been defeated in his younghood in the wrestling field until he retired. So no one has defeated him once.
If I may, I mean, this is a little bit, it might be seen as political, but it's not. I think it's just my sincere appreciation and feeling towards what he has done. He has done what we all people here in diaspora, myself included, what we all wish to be done. If we can replicate what he has done in Lagos State across the country, I think we can have a country that we can be proud of. And so I just want to say I'm really happy for our governor, Rin Mabor, for the work that he has done to bring our beautiful state under control, and now you can walk freely without insecurity. And that is the beauty. That is the essence of being free, is for you to be able to walk in your own neighborhood, in your own country, without fear of being killed, so that you can enjoy your own lives. This is where the development starts. Once you have a good security, everything can fall in place. So thanks to our governor, and we really hope our other governors can do the same in the other part of the country. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, thank you all our viewers. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance for you all. And we catch up. We have a lot of things to view after the wrestling and also the end of the year. The New Year Eve, Lagos State Media will come. live also to come and celebrate with you, all our followers. For our host, guest, thank you for coming in. Lagos State Media is a platform for everybody. You are highly welcome at any time when you are ready to come and address the community. Thank you. Have a good day, good afternoon, good night, wherever you are tuning. God bless all of you. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.
It's your boy Young Love, I give him that time. Pancho leg stay the punchy America, Panye Dwell, Pancho leg stay the punchy America, Panye Dwell, Banaban walk on your leg, Kankara water no watching, Koga level leg gear, bow, very leg, Panda with ya, Panchi America, Panye Dwell, Chingatonga Pandon could you ever buy a check out, Papu Panda Jiro, what they be Dwell venting. Stay the punchy America, Panye Dwell, Banaban, Pancho leg stay the punchy America, Panye Dwell, Banaban, walk on your leg, Kankara water no watching, Koga level leg, gear, bow, very leg, Panda with ya, Panchi America, Panye Dwell, Chingatonga Pandon, could you ever buy a check out, Paku Panda Jiro, what they be, Dwell venting.